check with our staff. That insurance certificate was updated at Department of Purchasing, and the updated certificate is in the hands. It just never made it over to your packet, but we do have an updated. I think the one in your packet expired June 30th. We do have an updated certificate of insurance, and our risk manager has reviewed all the insurance requirements for this project and has approved moving forward on this contract.
Okay. And lastly, is this precast? In other words, it's coming in.
Yes.
It's coming in sections.
Correct.
So, did you do the other garages?
No. No, we did not. But we've built a number of garages, but not on that site, no.
Okay. So this will be the first time that you're doing one for Essex County.
Yes, ma'am. But we've done a tremendous amount of work in Essex County.
Right. I mean, exactly.
Right.
It's not that you haven't built a garage before.
No,
it's just that this is the first time.
This is our 10th one.
Okay.
So we built a lot of garages. We've built a tremendous amount of work. We built Newark State Prison. We were the contractor on Newark State Prison. We did the monorail at Newark Airport. We did the transfer station that takes you from Newark Airport to Penn Station. We've done a number of schools. We did sewage treatment plants. My dad did all the public housing in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. We built the Rodino building in Newark. So we've been in business 70 years.
Then I guess you just told us about your body of
Yeah,
work,
right.
and that gives it to, no.
And that's only in Essex County.
Okay.
Well, you certainly have the experience.
Yes,
Thank
we do.
you so
And we're
much.
very happy that we were awarded the contract, and we'll do a very good job for you and deliver you a very good product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, your
Freeholders,
other
any
buildings
other-
are still standing, that's for sure.
Yes, thank you.
Freeholders, any other additional comments or questions? We look forward to seeing the completion of the project. Thank you very much.
And we look forward to all of you coming and looking at the job. So
Very
come and
good.
visit us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we move on to Resolution 28, and that is the Shawger Property Services.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
this question 28. Once a building has been,
We're doing Resolution 28. Is your question for 28?
question on 28.
All right. And I believe we have someone here from the Shawger Property Services?
Yes, if Clarence
So
come up
perhaps
to
they
the
can
mic.
come forward, and perhaps your question needs to be directed to this individual after he speaks. Yes, no? Go right ahead.
Good evening. Clarence Nathaniel Skynes III, Administrative Assistant and Operations Coordinator for the Shawger Group, Shawger Property Services. As you're well aware, we've done multiple projects for the county, and we look forward to this project as well. This is the Department of Public Works building located in Cedar Grove. This is the phase 2 for this project. A new building is in the midst of being erected from phase 1. We're continuing on that site location and doing some drainage, new electrical, some irrigation work, paving, new lighting, and as well as new hangars, which is a major component. These are storage structures that are to, there are 4 of which, to aid with the fleet. Also, there's some concrete work and some other minor site repairs.
Thank you. Freeholder Owens.
No, I was going to ask what they did with the property after with the struck, they tore it down. I wanted to know what was happening with the land. Does the land become, it goes back to the county, I'm sure, but is it available for sale or things like that?
Well, the phase 1 portion erected a new structure.
If I could answer that, all of it is on our fleet management grounds. If you're up on Bradford Avenue, where we normally hold our recycling events, the older structures where we do all of the repairs of vehicles, and our snow department is up there, our plows, our larger equipment, all of the roadway, bridge and culvert operation works out of there, our mosquito division works out of there, our roadway light signals, traffic signals, all housed up there. It's a large piece of property. There's a lot of storage of equipment, as well as fleets that are no longer in need of use that'll be going off to auction. So that old hangars where we did the repairs will just be reclaimed for additional ground storage and parking for the department. But the entire parcel of land will still remain in the hands of the County of Essex.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Freeholder Owens?
Yes, thank you.
Freeholders, any additional comments, questions? Freeholder Clark?
Just, you said that there was going to be some drainage. Is it, I guess through either you, Mr. Chilello, or to you, sir, are those going to be enhancements to what's already there? I mean, we're tapping into stuff that we already have there, or are we putting down new stuff? How's that going to work, and how's that going to affect?
We do have a breakdown. This is to tie into the existing drainage. There's some new catch basins, new inlets, things of that nature.
Okay, so you're tying into the existing
Yes.
infrastructure.
Yes.
Freeholders, additional questions, comments? Well, I've seen so much of the work that you've done for this county, so I'm sure you're going to continue to do an excellent job here also. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. If there are no additional questions or comments, we will move to 29. Are there any questions or comments for 29? If there are none, we'll move to 30. Resolution 30. Questions, comments? Freeholder Bobadilla.
Is the vendor here?
No, they are not. This is a 24-month agreement, $141,450. And normally, I guess the process that we've worked with the leadership is that any contract in excess of $100,000 for a year, we would bring that vendor here. So since this was under, we did not ask this vendor to come. But this is a maintenance contract for the fueling pumps at our various fueling stations throughout the county. We need to maintain them as well as make repairs on them from time to time. And this is on an as-needed basis. There's a breakdown for material allowance under this contract for $30,000, and there is a service technician rate that is also bidded on this project.
Would you happen to know if the vendor is qualified to do a hybrid station maintenance of this sort? Or can you find out for us?
I will find out and we'll get back to the board, yes.
Thank you.
Additional questions, comments?
Just one last question. Mr. Chilello,
Freeholder
do you know how
Clark?
much we spent on this contract in the past?
Yes. Last year, we spent $149,250.
Okay. So we're actually
I
anticipating,
should say under the last contract, so, yeah.
so we're anticipating a little less.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we now move to Resolution 31. Are there any questions or comments, freeholders, for 31?
I have one question. You know what, we bid out mechanical services. So, but I guess there's a specificity that comes with these particular vehicles? Is that it?
Through you, Madam President, the way our fleet management operates is for the benefit of cost savings. We put out two bids. One is for the actual mechanical work, and the second is for the actual parts.
Ah, okay.
So rather than a
Got it.
vendor marking up parts,
Got it.
we've kind of taken the
Okay.
tiger by the tail and,
Understood.
okay.
Understood.
All right, if we have no further questions or comments, a motion, a resolution would be in order to move Resolution 26 through Resolution 31. We need a mover and a
I'll
second.
move it.
Moved by Freeholder Bobadilla. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Owens.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Gill, absent. Freeholder Clark.
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla.
Yes.
Freeholder Beasley, absent. Freeholder Vice President Seabold.
Yes.
Freeholder President Watson, absent. So moved.
Madam Clerk, please read Resolution number 32.
Madam Chair, Freeholder Bobadilla.
Madam Vice President, I'd like to, on resolutions 23, 24, and 25, I want to record my vote in the affirmative.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 32.
Resolution 32, Department of Administration and Finance, Office of Purchasing, addendum to the lease agreement by and between Iron Gate Associates and the County of Essex to provide 253 parking spaces for the Office of the Prosecutor and Superior Court employees at the Gibraltar Building, September 15, 2014 through February 28, 2015, amount not to exceed $152,920.41.
Mr. Chiara?
Yes, Madam President. This resolution, all we're actually doing is trying to make the agreement with the Iron Gate as well as the lease agreement coincide in dates. These are for parking spaces that we need to provide at our Gibraltar building for the prosecutor and Superior Court employees. So we are just trying to coincide the dates and have them end concurrently. And they will go from September 15th of this year, and they'll expire February 28th of 2015. At that point, we will then rebid the parking spaces for both those agencies.
Mr. Provocchio?
Mr. Chilella, when you say coincide with the other contracts, is that for other spots within that same lot or same area, or is it just other parking contracts that we have?
These are pretty much the same parking dates with the lease of the parking. So to have one expire at a month earlier or 6 months earlier, we'd probably get a better bang for the buck if we go out for 250 spaces at one time versus 180 or some other lower number.
Got it. Thank you.
Mr. McInerney, do you have any questions? Freeholders, questions, comments? Seeing none, we need a motion and a second. Freeholders, can we have a motion, please? I'm sorry, I didn't hear a motion. Moved by Freeholder Luciano and second by Freeholder Owens. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Freeholder Beasley, absent. Freeholder Bobadilla.
Yes.
Freeholder Clark.
Yes.
Freeholder Gill, absent. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Owens.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Seabold.
Yes,
Freeholder President Watson, absent. So moved.
thank you. Resolutions 33 through 44 are commendations. We can take them together as one. And Madam Clerk, you may read them into the record at a later time, please. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments about the commendations? Seeing none, is there a motion and a second to take resolutions 33 through 44 together as one?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Owens, second.
I'll second.
Second by Freeholder Johnson. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Freeholder Owens.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Gill, absent. Freeholder Clark,
Yeah.
Freeholder Bobadilla,
Yes.
Freeholder Beasley, absent, Freeholder Vice President Seabold,
Yes.
Freeholder President Watson, absent, so moved.
And Madam Chair?
Yes.
Just as a point of order, I should have asked before we voted, but I'd like to ask freeholders Owens and Bobadilla and Johnson if I could be added to number 43.
What number?
Would you allow me to be added to Resolution 43, the AXO one?
43.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any added starters or
Madam-
resolutions
Madam
or
Chair?
ordinances?
Yes, there is one, resolution number 45.
Could you read it, please?
Yeah, Resolution 45, Board of Chosen Freeholders, contract with General Code to provide services and hardware for code supplementation and Novus Addenda video services, date of award through July 31st, 2017, amount not to exceed $63,505.
Freeholders, questions, comments? I'll ask Freeholder Deborah Davis Ford to please explain to you.
Clerk.
The clerk, I'm sorry, what did I say? Freeholder, oh, okay, clerk.
Madam Chair, this resolution is regarding, in 1984, a resolution was passed to, in 1994, a resolution was passed to update the administrative code. And as a result, General Code was contracted to begin work on updating the administrative code. The project was commenced by researching all ordinance and resolutions since the change in government. General Code has, since that time, has housed, updated the code for the County of Essex on an annual basis. The code is now available to the public online. Recent changes in the Open Public Records Act, also known as OPRA, and court rulings make it necessary to continually update our code. It should be noted that this office is mandated to keep an updated copy of the administrative code by NJSA. As you know, under the leadership of Freeholder President Blondie Watson, the board has been moving to begin live streaming of our meetings through a project with General Code called Novus Addenda. I'm proud to say that if this contract is approved, that process will begin in about 30 days, the live streaming of our meetings. General Code is a leader in the industry for the codification process for local governments. They also host eCode 360, which is the process you use right now for viewing your agendas and resolutions, here in the meetings or remotely, as well as all of our residents or anyone who wishes to have access to the information. As you explore the ENCODE, you will see that we are beginning to house minutes, agendas, resolutions, and other documents that the public would like to access in the ENCODE, making the Essex County Freeholder Board one of the most transparent freeholder boards in the state. We'd like to thank the administration for their assistance. Through their efforts, we have been able to negotiate a 3-year contract with 2 additional 1-year options. The price you see is a not to exceed amount spread over a 3-year period, which include live stream hosting of all of our meetings, indexing of all of our meetings, and the cost of annual updates to the code, and the cost for housing the ENCODE online, and some upfront costs to purchase the equipment for the streaming process. And that is a one-time cost for the purchase of the equipment. I'd just like to revisit what indexing means. That means that at any time, if someone wants to go to an archive meeting, which is on our website, instead of having to look and review the whole meeting, they can just go to one resolution, and it will take them just to the spot in the meeting where that details or discussion regarding that resolution exists. So this whole process will now allow us to be uniquely positioned as one of the most transparent freeholder board by live streaming, our code online, our resolutions online, our agendas, supporting documents, and minutes. Everything that, that is allowable by the Oprah statute will be easily accessed by residents and allow for immediate and great transparency.
Thank you very much, Clerk. That was a wonderful explanation. And I know that the public will really benefit it, as will the freeholders. This is going to be a wonderful addition. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? I'm sure you're going to enjoy this.
Yes.
Mr.
Do
Parlavecchio?
I have any questions? No, it was well explained. I think it's a
It
great,
certainly was.
great implementation.
Mr. McInerney, any questions? If there are no questions and comments, I look forward to seeing this implemented. And thank you so much. And a motion would be in order now. And a second.
I have a comment.
Comment. Freeholder Bobadilla.
I just want to thank the clerk for the job that she's done in researching and reviewing this information. And
Right.
again, everybody wants to hold the government accountable. And I think in this county, we kind of set the bar. So thank you.
If no other comments or questions,
The comment
Freeholder
that,
Owens?
we can take pride in what we do as freeholders,
Right.
and we owe a lot of it to our chair, our deputy, chief of staff, Deborah.
Clerk.
Clerk.
I'm sorry, we get the title wrong, Deborah, but,
Clerk to the Freeholder
to
Board.
you, Deborah,
I called her a freeholder now.
You do a great job, and it makes us all look good. Yeah.
Thank you.
At this time, we would need a motion and a second.
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Bobadilla, second by Freeholder Owens. Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Freeholder Beasley, absent Freeholder Bobadilla.
Yes.
Freeholder Clark.
Yes.
Freeholder Gill, absent Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Owens.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder President Watson, absent, so moved.
Are there any reports about board committees? Are there any legislative reports? Written communication? Unfinished business? New business? We now come to the public comment session. Madam Clerk, we move to the public comment session. If any member of the public would like to address the board on any issue at all, please come to the microphone, state your name and affiliation for the record, and again, you have 3 minutes. Seeing none, Freeholder comment session. Freeholder Clark.
Yeah, just to say that I'll be attending the NACO conference, and the Northeast region will be convening, and they've asked, I'm a member of that steering group, and so they've asked us to come prepared to discuss 2 issues that we feel in the Northeast are most critical, and that NACO should be focusing on. And so I'm asking you now if you have 1 or 2 that you would like for me to put on the national radar screen. One of them, obviously, that comes to my mind is obviously transportation funding, and how that can come back to counties. I know that we have a tremendous, most people in the Northeast find that to be a very, very pressing issue, because we have such need for roadway infrastructure improvements. And we suffer from brutal winters, and this past winter was even harsher than most. And so the roads are pretty much torn up and really need some work. I just wasn't sure exactly. I kind of thought that that would be one that we would all pretty much have a consensus on, but I wasn't sure what the next one was, and I don't know, Mr. Chilella, what's on your radar screen that you'd like for me to really put on the national radar screen?
I think if you could add healthcare to that, we did meet earlier this week with John Donadio, the president, and I, who's NJAC. But on a national level, I believe that healthcare is an issue that we're all concerned with, and any assistance or guidance in terms of moving forward on finding ways to curb wellness in benefits and cost of healthcare for county governments would be a
Got
big
it.
plus.
Okay, well then, those are the two that I'm bringing to the table then. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Clark. Any additional comments? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn and a second? Moved by Freeholder Bobadilla, second by Freeholder Johnson.